Francis Ngannou did the unthinkable on Saturday and took heavyweight boxing champion Tyson Fury to a split decision in his boxing debut. Now, I've said this many times on my channel. I was a boxing fan before I became an MMA fan. So obviously, this is pretty fucking crazy because I don't know if I've ever talked about it on my YouTube channel or on streams or whatever, but I thought Francis Ngannou was going to get washed, and I was mainly concerned about his gas tank. I'm like, homeboy's going to gas. He went all 10 rounds with the Gypsy King Tyson Fury, and I was very shocked by that. I'll admit it. Francis Ngannou destroyed my expectations. I'm pretty sure he destroyed a lot of people's expectations because no one thought this fumbly, bumbly, kind of wild swinging MMA fighter would have any boxing skills to give one of the greatest, if not the greatest, heavyweight boxer trouble. And it was a pleasant surprise in my opinion, because I'm an MMA fanboy now. So we got a fucking dub over here, because everyone's just like, oh, you know, these MMA fighters, they come over to boxing because they want money and they're going to get clapped by any boxer. But look at what happened. And before this, we had Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor was our only dub, because he took Floyd Mayweather to 10 rounds before he got TKO'd because he gassed out. But yeah, he was like our only representation, because we got Tyron Woodley, got destroyed by Jake Paul. Ben Askren got destroyed by Jake Paul. So if like these MMA dudes are losing to Jake Paul, Conor McGregor was like fucking god compared to all of them. And then Anderson Silva, you know, he finally came out of the woodwork and he beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., kicked his ass, and then he kind of like fucked around with Jake Paul, got a payday, and I was just like, fuck. Anderson Silva really be sparring with Jake Paul? But yeah, so before that, our best representation was Conor McGregor. And then a little bit of Anderson Silva, but you know, that Jake Paul loss, I don't know. He was like 40, he's like almost 50 though, so we'll let it slide. But now we got Ngannou. Ngannou has shown that he's with the shits in boxing. Like, he must have learned a lot from Mike Tyson. And then Fury's a fucking idiot. I feel like he was definitely underestimating Francis Ngannou. He's doing a really good job though. Like post-fight, he's like carried himself very well. I was very surprised by that, because I was just like, oh, homeboy's fucking ego took a massive hit. Oh, he's gonna cope. But no, he's doing a pretty good job. I was just like, wow. All right, I'm actually impressed by that. I feel like it was a wake-up call, and it was like a serving of humble pie for the Gypsy King, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people are saying that Ngannou got robbed. And from the little bit of the fight that I have watched, because I will admit, I did skip a little bit because it was a little bit of a boring-ass fight. But yeah, besides the 10-8 round where Ngannou knocked him out. He knocked him down. And I think it was round 3. Yeah, that's pretty much it. A lot of people were like, oh my god, he knocked him down. Oh my god. I'm like, okay, so did Deontay Wilder. He's been knocked down. Fury has been knocked down. So I don't know why people are freaking out like, oh my god, Ngannou knocked him down. Holy shit. I'm like, he's been knocked down before. I had a feeling Ngannou was going to knock him down. It's just, I don't think he had the power to like put him out with one punch. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I have the total strikes list right here. A lot of people are saying it's a robbery. But from what I watched, I did give it to Tyson Fury, but just by like a little bit, like maybe 1 or 2 points. And I'm looking at the breakdown by total strikes, courtesy of Black Belt MMA. Thank you. Yeah, what the fuck is this? They barely threw any strikes. Like, well, look at round 3, bro. Like, that's the round that fucking Ngannou knocked down fucking Tyson Fury, but Jesus. 1 punch by the Gypsy King and only 7 by Ngannou. The most Ngannou landed was in round 8, which was 10 fucking punches. And then power punches, like, Jesus Christ. So yeah, but at the end of the day, as statistics, Fury outlanded Ngannou by 12. Ngannou landed more power punches, 5 more than the Gypsy King. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, Ngannou got robbed. That's mainly because I feel like everyone hates Tyson Fury right now because he took this fight instead of fighting Usyk, which is understandable. I was really annoyed by that too. I was like, bro, you really defend the belt against Usyk? I understand why you want this fight because they're, oh, baddest man on the planet, but why is it in a fucking boxing match? Anyway. But yeah, so I can understand why people are like, oh, Ngannou got robbed. But, in my opinion, I do think split decision for Tyson Fury is the right call. But, I will say that Ngannou was more impressive than Tyson Fury. Being the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time, and you give that kind of performance against a guy making his boxing debut, that's kind of bad. That's a bad look. Because if you're like the upper echelon of boxing, and you get clapped by like a really good fucking MMA fighter, because no offense to Tyron Woodley, you are retired and you are called the Frozen One for a reason. So if you get like these younger guys who are like at the upper echelon of their division in MMA, they'll probably clap a lot of these boxers. And Ngannou kind of showed like he could clap this dude. And then even McGregor was doing a pretty decent job against Floyd Mayweather before the TKO. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? If you're like at the upper echelon of like MMA, whichever division you are, and you face a pro boxer, you could probably beat his ass. Because a lot of people are like, oh, you know, boxers train boxing their whole life, but MMA fighters train everything their whole life. So they can't really master one of them. So obviously the boxer is going to have the edge. But I feel like you could close the gap as an MMA fighter. I was watching Demetrius Johnson's breakdowns of like Ngannou training. He's just like, you know, use your MMA footwork. It's awkward, and these boxers aren't used to it. You know what I'm saying? And then Lucas Tracy actually brought up a good point. Shout out to Lucas Tracy. He said that, you know how Fury likes to clinch his opponents, get them exhausted because they have to carry his weight. Ngannou, not only Ngannou, but a bunch of other MMA fighters are used to clinching. So they are used to that. They can't get exhausted from that. And that is something I neglected to realize that was in Ngannou's arsenal. So I was like calling it out. I was like, he's going to gas. Fury's too big for him. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Deontay Wilder probably hits as hard or harder than Ngannou. But no, Fury tried clinching on him and he didn't get tired because he's used to that. And I was like, holy shit, I should have fucking realized that. I'm a fucking fake fan, bro. I'm a fucking pussy. But yeah, so it was a pleasant surprise that Ngannou fucking destroyed. And now everyone wants to fucking fight Ngannou. Okay, that's fine. Like, I remember Eddie Hearn was like, Ngannou's pricing himself out. Anthony Joshua doesn't want the fight. And now he's just like, oh, I'm cool with Joshua versus Ngannou. I'm like, bro, what? The only one I respect who's been calling out Ngannou since the beginning, Deontay Wilder. Make that fight happen. Deontay Wilder versus Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou is a big boy and probably has a better chin than Deontay Wilder, because he was taking shots from Fury and he didn't even care. He took an elbow to the face and he didn't care. So I want to see how that fight plays out, because both of these guys have the touch of death, the kiss of death. So anything could happen. And I'd really like to see that fight. And Deontay Wilder has been asking for it. He was just like, hey, fucking hell, I fucked up my words. He was like, hell, I'll fucking fight you in MMA too. One in boxing, one in MMA. And Ngannou was for some reason chasing the Tyson Fury fight, which is probably the bigger fight. But I'm like, man, this is the fight that really matters. Deontay Wilder versus Ngannou. But yeah, besides that, I do think Fury won, like I said. Francis Ngannou did a really fucking great job shocking the whole fucking world, knocking down Tyson Fury, which I didn't doubt because I'm like, he has the power. I'm just like, can he land on him? And he did. But yeah, I was very surprised by Ngannou, his gas tank. He was very patient. He was very calm. He was ready to go. And Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, I feel like he underestimated him, but he's been taking the win very well. Like, I want to say lost because I feel like he lost more than Ngannou did. I feel like Fury's stock went down. Meanwhile, Francis's went up. So I'm just like, well, he's taking it well. He's taking all the criticism well. So shout out Tyson Fury. Shout out Francis Ngannou. I can't wait to see. I heard that Ngannou is going to be ranked top 10. I don't know in which division, WBO, WBC, whatever the fuck they're called. But yeah, I heard he's going to be ranked top 10 in heavyweights. Eddie Hearn's entertaining an Anthony Joshua versus Ngannou fight. Deontay Wilder has been calling for the fight. I would love to see Francis box some more. I heard he's going to do both PFL and boxing. And these PFL cans, no offense, Ngannou could beat like a week before he has to fight like Deontay Wilder or something. So yeah, I just wanted to give my quick little thoughts on Francis Ngannou's performance in boxing. It was fucking amazing. He did a really good job. Like I said, I'll own up to it. I was calling him out. I was just like, yeah, he's going to gas. This is going to be an easy fight for Fury. No, he brought it. He brought the fight to fucking Fury. He was pushing the pace. I understand that. But in boxing, it's kind of stupid with the 10-point system. They favor punches landed. So Fury outlanded Ngannou, and it is what it is. Who cares? Ngannou's stock went up, and he got a fucking fat payday, and he'll get another fucking fat payday. So no need to worry. No need to rush to Ngannou's defense. I know y'all hate Fury, but hey, Fury is a cool dude. He came from like depression, drugs, addiction, and then he became champion, and then he has a good story behind him. Of course, he's gonna be cocky, but he's selling the fight. So shout out Fury, shout out Ngannou, and yeah, I can't wait to see more of Francis Ngannou boxing. I don't really care about him making his debut in the PFL because he's gonna fucking just kill those guys, no problem. So I don't really care. I want to see him box some more. So yeah, Deontay Wilder or fucking Anthony Joshua. You know what? Fucking throwing Zhilei Zhang too. I'd like to see that. Zhilei Zhang versus fucking Ngannou. Anyway, yeah. That's all I wanted to say. Just wanted to talk about it. Please like, subscribe, comment, do whatever the fuck you want to do. And thanks for watching and have a great day.